I held true to my promise of honoring Wynn's request, even against my own will. Tried to redirect my focus into my studies, but ended up zoning out during classes and doing only the minimum amount of work required. Still, I started looking into my post-high school options a bit more seriously. I pore over the university brochures and various career paths. I'm good at studying, so I want to go to university. Pretty sure I get a decent one too. The problem is deciding which subject would be best. Can you really sticking myself to the control of the feminist teachers while they tell them about trying to get into university? I don't ask him what he wants to do in the future. What will Rin's think of her own future, but she's not at least as lost as I am. And if she is, he's probably in some completely different way. Feels so disappointed in finding I can't stop thinking about her. Of course, me worry about her and think about her more than I did when I could go and see her whenever I wanted. It bothers me that I can't. So I got eventually crack. One afternoon, I got on the bus heading downtown, tried to avoid explaining myself why exactly I'm doing this. You think about the other things for a tired duration of the trip. 5 minutes walk, I'm standing from the gallery. I got to the door of the outlier, but that's when I got the courage to continue on the way to the corner. At which point I turned back. Wouldn't hit me if I go and see her. What she's like when she's angry. Never seen her angry. First thing would be if I actually ruined something by going to see her, like she ain't seen the play what happened. But there's no way that can be true, can it? It just whenever it works. Walk down the street and I'm passing the outlier for a second time. This time as I continue all the way to the gallery, Santa was trying at the door watching me. I thought that was you. What are you doing? I don't want to spend instructions. Ren and I get frustrated and mom something unclear. Stuff. Takes a lot can be inside TV looking merely amused somehow. Hope she didn't understand. Would like to come in? She's visiting. We're just getting Ren's exhibition. Thanks for the invitation, but I really should. Don't be shy now. Come in. Okay then. I fell asleep inside, finding our teacher is indeed there. No way is standing at the big desk playing what looks like a something. Look what the cat dragged in. Akai! Hello there, my boy. It's to me at least phased my appearance. I like your meditations. That's nice, I guess. Let's do them quickly. They're kind of fancy with one one's paintings on the front cover and shiny equals gray. They look fine to me. They're magnificent. I actually love the design. And the brass gold lettering, fabulous. Good print and work too. You have to tell me when you got these done. What does Rin think? I'm not. She should be fine with my decision anyway. One of her last posters, he was wearing the gold-lettered card in his hand. That's my girl. She wants to focus on the essentials only. Good for her. Forgets well too. Seems to have new inspiration. Things been sort of weird lately. She's doing something with herself, probably. Makes her confused. She had a hard time painting last time I saw her. Seems to be resolved now, however. You know, she already lives up there now, right? So as soon as I was her hands free, my discretion aside. Sure. I think it's a weird. Maybe it is, but still I think she's getting a big opportunity this is and gonna go for it full throttle. Is it really that big? I set the card down and spread some imaginary dust off the jacket. Well, how should I put it? There are times in everyone's lives when something really big washes over you and chases you forever. This is just a moment for Tezuka. I see. Yeah, I think I had something like that happen to me. For the instance that brought me to Maku, neither two adults comment on that, however. Must be that everyone has, or will. At any rate, spending oneself to art is a big decision, and a thorny path too. Quite thorny indeed. Duke is almost everything one needs, but whether she has the will to pull through, that's a different question. I showed her that best. I tried going on this path too, but turned away in the end. I don't understand what you're trying to say. When in doubt, save it out, because both these choices seem kind of unimportant to me. Whatever. Is that where So's being supportive of Rin? Why are you doing it from being an artist? Hmm. Is that why you're being so supportive of Ren? Because you know what's hard? Talking to me instead of the art teacher. Maybe particularly, does it bother you? Well, no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing either, I don't get it. Like the Altair, it's an amazing place, but it's not been used in who knows how long. Now that Ren came along, 17 years and 4 months. I raised my eyes doesn't mean size. The calming, calculating stares, unlike Ren's own, is fixed upon me. In ways, unusual smell has suddenly dried too. The pressure in the gallery suddenly dropped with the temperature. That's how long it's been since someone worked there. Oh. Guess there's a story to everything. Figures around at this quiet side, leaning at the table. Altair belonged to my husband. He was an artist too. He lived there, well, we both lived up there for some time after we got married. We actually met through him, as a matter of fact. That's right. Anyway, we were young and foolish, or at least I was. We were studying art at the same school. Art history for me, painting for him. And just as he said, this is about the time I met your teacher. Anyway, I fell madly in love with this person, or maybe his art. He was brilliant. His genius shone through so brightly when he put a brush to canvas. Voicing his almost reverent tone as he remembers her husband. Look at her hand to know she's not wearing a wedding band. On top of that, she keeps speaking in past tense. Really was the kind of verse who would make history books only the recline to God. That's what I thought anyway. Silly, isn't it? I think we all knew it was something else back then, even the teachers. That genius, well, I'd say it consumed him. Everything, absolutely everything was second to art. Be it his social life, getting a job, or even me. It just wasn't important. These artists can't look at their work as just a job, you know. Something more fundamental to them. It's hard to live with a person like that, hard to be married to a person like that. Takes a pause and let's see if I understood. At this point, the story hasn't emerged yet. That, or I've missed it. So, how did you cope with it? Question probably the exact one she's waiting for. I'll draw a try chuckle out of her. However I could. Sometimes it was hard, but sometimes I fooled myself to believe he would change. She was on her own things too, just so it was easy to let him be. So you can start an artist from painting if he wants to paint. Thus, being with an artist is fascinating. I can't say I hated it. Art schools are full of sorts of posers and pencil smucks, but jurists are lovely people in general. Things where a teacher is taking such a shine to her little kitten. She uses making her an artist, and a good one at that. She wants to paint. She must paint. Quite so. She's the best student I ever have. She's better finding her own way now. Maybe that's why I'm going to give her this chance. Goes to an art school will be good for her. Today's expression is about finding one's place to be, your own limits, and then working with that. To expand them, to break them, whatever works best. But you have to know the limits, what you can do. Anyway, long story short, my husband was a person without these kind of limits, unique and invisible. But even being I can't endure a thing like that. He died young. After he was gone, I couldn't stand the Altair anymore and tried to forget it. This kind of thing happens. You could say this flame was bright, but brief. It comes to an abrupt end, but doesn't seem he's going any farther. I went towards the invitation card, telling that he was doing something mistake of doing it. But what if Ren's like her husband too? What if she's a person that has unlimited potential? So the twitches and see more of that sad look right up in her eyes. Looks like as he watches Ren. Larry she marries her husband. I doubt it. And Stiers taking the back of your jacket for a cigarette and a lighter. Her hands are shaking. Went out for a smoke. We're just leaning away and I was decided to follow her after a moment. It's very dark outside, so he's standing with her back to us. Taking a shot of the occasional dragging a cigarette. Its weak camera girl illuminates her face, framing a sharp jawline. Maybe it's best to call it a night. Maybe let back to school if you want. The guy. I'm not going anywhere, Sneechy. I need a drink. Or in that fights at the corner. Dear looks at the lady and shrugs at me apologetically. No problem, let's get the bus back. They're not considered to see if Ren will come back to school with me anyway. Things have been staying overnight too often lately.